Okay, so if you're running a nonprofit, I'm willing to bet your project management started with something simple, probably a Trello board, right? And it was great at first. But what happens when your mission starts to grow and that simple tool just doesn't feel so simple anymore? Today, we're going to dive into why the software that helped you get off the ground might actually be holding you back now. And hey, it makes total sense why you started there. A tool like Trello, with its cards and columns, is an awesome entry point. It's basically a digital whiteboard for your team's to-do list, which is a massive leap from messy email chains and notebooks. And for a little while, it works. It really does. But that's the key question, isn't it? What happens when you're not just tracking tasks anymore? You're tracking grant deadlines, volunteer onboarding, program attendance, board meetings, all of it. Suddenly, that beautiful, simple board of sticky notes feels, well, it feels like a maze. You end up juggling a bunch of plugins, extra spreadsheets on the side, and a million email threads just to connect all the pieces. This is what we call the visibility gap. It's that sinking feeling you get when you know incredible work is happening on the ground, but you just can't see how it all connects back up. Your fundraising team is over here, your program team is over there, and neither of them are connected to your grant compliance tracking. It's the perfect recipe for siloed data and, honestly, a lot of missed opportunities. Let's just break that gap down. You see it right here. With a baseline tool like Trello, connecting one task to another is a pretty manual process. Trying to tie a task to a big strategic goal, well, it's mostly visual. You just kind of have to hope it aligns. And getting deep, meaningful reports, it's basic. A purpose-built platform, though, is a whole different ballgame. It automates those connections. It directly links your daily work to your mission-critical goals, and it spits out the real-time impact reports you need to show funders that you're making a real difference. So you see, the issue isn't just about missing a couple of features here and there. The critical difference lies in the tool's DNA. Was it built to support a mission, or was it built to drive sales? Because that one distinction, well, it changes absolutely everything. And this slide lays it out perfectly. Generic business software, it's all about the sale. The reports are focused on revenue. The CRM is built to manage sales leads. It's just not your world. But a purpose-built platform, like Hibox for nonprofits, it's designed from the ground up for you. It focuses on outcomes and impact. It helps you manage your clients and beneficiaries. And it even gives you resources like a training library made specifically for nonprofit teams. So what does that actually look like day to day? It means everything is finally in one place. No more jumping between 5 different apps you're paying for. You get automated impact reporting, end-to-end program management. We're talking from enrollment all the way to outcomes. You get tools for your volunteers and your board, a built-in learning system, and crucially, integrated compliance. It's not just another tool. It's a true operating system for your entire mission.
Okay, enough theory. Let's talk about what this looks like in reality, because nothing tells this story better than seeing how a real organization transformed. So let's meet Brightpath Youth Development and see how they went from completely overwhelmed to totally organized.
Now I have a feeling this is going to sound familiar to a lot of you. Brightpath is a small but mighty team of 12 people doing amazing work with over 300 kids. But behind the scenes, it was organized chaos. They were trying to run 3 different programs using this messy patchwork of spreadsheets, endless text message chains to wrangle volunteers, and, get this, actual paper sign-in sheets. And listen to this quote from their executive director, Denise Washington. It just hits the nail on the head. She said, "We always knew we were making a difference, we just couldn't prove it." That is the visibility gap in a nutshell. Their data was everywhere, so the proof was nowhere. The right platform didn't just get them organized, she said it gave us our time back. Wow. So how did they climb out of that chaos? Well, it was a pretty clear 4-step journey for them. First, they had to confront the hard truth. They had 0 visibility. Next, they pulled all of their scattered participant and volunteer data into one single unified system. Once they did that, they could finally tackle the compliance risks that were always keeping them up at night. And the last step? They started using all of this new, organized, real-time data to actually fuel their growth. And the results? They are just incredible. In their very first year using Hibox, they served 35% more youth. But here's the real kicker. They did it with the exact same number of staff. That's not just growing, that's scaling your impact in a sustainable way. On top of that, they reclaimed an estimated 12 hours of staff time every single week. I mean, just pause and think about that. What could your team do with an extra 12 hours a week? That's time that used to be wasted on chasing down paperwork, now poured right back into the mission. And finally, this one is huge. 100% volunteer compliance. For any organization working with kids or vulnerable populations, this is non-negotiable. It means every background check was done, every training was completed, and they could prove it all with just the click of a button. They slammed that compliance gap completely shut. Brightpath's story just goes to show what is possible when a nonprofit has an operating system that's actually built for the work they do. So the real question is, what's the next step for your organization to achieve that kind of scalable impact? If Brightpath's story hit home, if you're tired of fighting with generic tools that just weren't built for you, then it's time to see a purpose-built system in action. To see how Hibox can help your nonprofit replace that tangle of Trello boards and spreadsheets with a single, mission-focused operating system, go ahead and book your free trial and a personalized demo today. The link is right there on your screen. Thanks so much for watching.